Okay, so this video has been kind of a long time coming. Honestly, I've had to re-record it now, given that I sat on my butt for too long and now the scope of my Patreon has changed entirely. But we're still here, we're still rolling it. That's right, the time has come for another of our giveaways. Yes, I know we haven't quite doubled our subscriber count yet. A million years ago, when I had 50 subscribers, it was real easy to say, every time we double subscribers, we'll do a giveaway, and frankly, we still will. This video, however, comes on behalf of my patrons at the very highest tier, patrons who would like fellow adventurers to adventure with, and that's what this giveaway is all about. So, and that is what this giveaway is all about. So present day, right now, 2nd of February 2019, I'm a pretty lucky guy. I have five high tier patrons willing to give me just shy of $100 a month to GM for them, in addition to all the other patron rewards that they receive. From almost a year ago, Robin, someone from, a country that I don't live in, and that still blows my mind, it's my favorite part about being a YouTuber, who's been with the channel the whole time, to Ross and Tiki, our Three Dragons players, for whom this giveaway is for, who both started at $1, got Tiki in Hail the Gorilla King, definitely thought was just some angry man who would troll all over the place and get salty. No, actually, he's been one of the channel's truest patrons and truly a really good friend for no reason. The amount of swag this dude has bought me is both off the charts, and Fallout 76 Tricentennial Edition, and that it still hurts. Of course, old Josh King coming in, literally asking nothing for his patronage, just helping out an old friend after we lost touch. Literally just, hey, I don't play competitive Magic anymore. I can use this money to help, which I think is amazing. And our very newest, Mr. John Conch, who has joined Robin in Doomsday Dawn, the only man I've ever met in my life who will willingly walk up to a CR21 outsider, spooky thing behind a hood, yell at it, and try to throw the hood off. Literally, I'm pretty sure this man works for a living as the Barbarian. He doesn't just play the Barbarian. I haven't seen him because he doesn't use his cam during games. He just sits really angry behind his computer. Nevertheless, the thing about organizing games, as I'm sure all of us are just super aware of, is in fact that it's not the easiest thing to do. Everybody has schedules, everybody has real life, everybody works. Again, one of us literally is on a different sleep schedule than the rest of us, given that I have 3 patrons in Eastern Time, 1 patron in Central Time, and 1 in Germany. So it can be kind of hard to organize things, especially when you consider that Doomsday Dawn was a giveaway, and well, I'm pretty attached to all the Doomsday Dawn players who aren't full patrons. For the love of God, one of them changed their YouTube name and started streaming stuff after playing a character in Doomsday Dawn. Real talk, Chewy Entertainment. Subscribe now! Not necessarily fair to those guys to win Doomsday Dawn and just, alright, GG everyone, and then take Robin and John somewhere else. So I think rather than that, I'm going to run another giveaway for the Three Dragons group, to run it basically the same way as I'm going to run the Friday night patron game. I realized that I ask a considerable amount of money per month to GM for people, and I've never made it a secret my entire run as a YouTuber that I'm trying to do this for money. I like eating food. I like, well, okay, that's a lie. I must pay bills. I like being able to do stuff with my life that isn't tabletopping, though I certainly love tabletopping, all of which require money, all of which require, if I'm going to associate it with somewhere other than my work, patronage. But I want to find a compromise for my Sunday patron group, who at the moment has 2 players. I think those 2 players are great. I think Ross and Tiki bounce off each other very well. The roleplay is stellar, but they've expressed interest in more players, and my other high tier patrons are tied up, otherwise committed, or can't make that time because work and things. So this giveaway will be to join them, and you're not joining them in the classic system. No, we're gonna spread our wings a little, and we're playing in the most robust, balanced, from what I've seen so far, frequently updated third-party Pathfinder supplement, Final Fantasy D20. So I'm very sure that there's a lot of folks out there who love Final Fantasy. The nostalgia is real for the millennial who definitely grew up in an age when Basically, the first PS2 game I remember was Final Fantasy X, and I distinctly remember being wee little Babby Tommy dropped off at the store while mom is shopping in the electronics aisle of Walmart like this, playing Final Fantasy X. Ah, my neck hurts now. How did I do this at 12? I hate being 27. And we get to bring that here in the tabletop world. Now, if this doesn't necessarily hit your nostalgia, Final Fantasy is not your thing, well, here's 2 reasons why I think this game will be super fun, super sweet. The first one, non-Vancian magic. It's an MP system, which of course makes the full caster an entirely different animal to play, and it shakes it up just a lot and frankly seems to balance it a little more towards the martials, who all have pseudo-magic-ish abilities. And if that's not enough for you, or if you're one of those who doesn't, though I love it personally, like the feat bloat, or the race bloat, or the archetype bloat, or what have you, of traditional Pathfinder, we will be highlighting Final Fantasy D20 for our next game. And on that note, let's get to the details, shall we? Okay, so this game will begin at level 7. We will use Paizo's core rulebook for magic items and feats. That is all. The only other legal anything will come from Final Fantasy D20. Yes, to get out in front of people. All of it is compatible with each other. That's correct. But I think if we want to do a game in a setting, we should embrace that setting to the exclusion of other things. Also, a lot of the classes that we see in Final Fantasy D20 have effects that mimic really powerful archetypes from Paizo, so really you're not missing out on anything so much as, again, we're just playing in a new meta. We'll use a 25-point buy to generate our characters, and we may be Gestalt characters. It depends on who joins up. Henceforth on Black Dragon Gaming, we defer to the individual with the least amount of experience for our session zeros. So if any one person joins up on this bad boy, doesn't want to be Gestalt, we are not. But if everyone's cool, we certainly are. And really, if you've ever played like Final Fantasy X, Gestalt seems to represent the sphere grid just a little bit better. You know what I mean? We'll take 2 winners from this giveaway, any new high-tier patrons that wish to join excluded. We play from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Central Time on Sunday nights. And to enter in this giveaway, all you need to do is comment either down in the comments of this video, or if you're already a patron, in the Black Dragon Disciple Discord, I'll make a new channel for this where you can, you know, chime in and say, I'd like to play. The giveaway will end when A Tale of Three Dragons reaches the halfway point of the story, which I anticipate maybe 4 to 6 weeks, give or take. Hard to say. Dungeon's really big, and I don't necessarily want to cheat the end of that game to speed things up and go faster, because Three Dragons has been a lot of fun, and I definitely want to see it have its proper conclusion. And, of course, also, you must be subscribed to the channel. Now, in my past giveaways, and frankly, in future giveaways that don't function to fill patron games up, helping out the guys who help support my channel, help support, you know, my desire to eat food, I've always wanted to be not strictly pay to play. So, of course, patronage at any tier has been enough to get that second entry. This time it's going to play a little differently. Patronage will get you extra entries equal to your tier. So a tier 1 patron has 2 entries, a tier 2 patron has 3 entries, 2 plus the 1 from commenting, so on and so forth. Patronage at the highest tier will be considered an auto win if that's how you choose to redeem it, but it will not stop anyone else from joining. That's why I'm only taking 2 winners, to leave that room for should Josh be able to move his work schedule around, because I know how much that man loves him some Final Fantasy and how much he'd love to come in and play, or anybody else who might have the means to jump in. When the campaign ends, and we aim, as we do with all of our games, to run to level 20, winners will have the option to jump up to our highest tier, guaranteeing a spot in the next game, or we'll run a giveaway again, where that patron/winner could enter again, and hey, fortune favors the bold, right? You might get drawn again. But this is a really good way for folks who maybe are on the fence, and I know you're out there. I've talked to several people who are like, yeah, I might want to do this, but I'm not necessarily sure if I'd want to kind of get in on the ground floor. See if that level of patronage might be something you're into. And if it's not at the end, hey, totally cool. I understand completely. And if it is, you'll have that objective data behind you to see if you'd like to keep going with it. Anyway, so this giveaway will run for a while. Like I said, I don't have a definitive end date. The end date is when the party TPKs or gets through the dungeon. But that only means that you have more time to roll your character up. I'll leave a link to Final Fantasy D20 in the description. Best of luck to everyone out there. Enjoy me in the cloud hair that I'm sure I'm going to Photoshop on top of me. Maybe like a Ronso horn or a Moogle Koopo poop over the top. I don't know. Maybe all three. We'll see how creative I get. Regardless, I'll see you in game.